Hello, today is December 20th, 2023. It is the last day of fall, but here in Hartsville, South Carolina, it is very chilly. It is 28 degrees outside. This is episode number 9, and we are the August 1823 Stitchers. That's Angie.
And that's Sally.
And Jack is on the floor enjoying his treat.
This is take 2. He was in take 1, but now that he has his treat, we don't dare disturb him. So the agenda for today is Sally has a previous finish to show and some FFOs and an FO.
Nope, I don't have any finished objects.
I don't have FFOs or FO. We both have all our WIPs because this is our WIP Parade as such. And we'll have a couple new starts before we do the WIPs, I think. We're going to do Stash Investment and Happy Mail, followed by our year-end stats. I know it's only December 20th, but we will not see you again until January.
Correct.
Then we have some 2024 plans as such. And finally, a goodbye and a Merry Christmas.
There you go. Well, the previous finish, I was at my house and I was looking around. Several years ago, in fact, this is dated, I think it says 2015, I did an Embroiderers Guild correspondence course called Frenzy of Fringes, and I learned how to make a whole bunch of different fringes. And I did the rainbow colors. I could have done monochromatic, but I like color, and so I like the way it moves too. And as you can see, I have not framed it, but the date is at the bottom.
And that's 100% beading.
Yes, it is. Well, there is some cross-stitch. The borders are all cross-stitched. All right. So.
Did you already welcome everybody, like new subscribers?
I did not.
Okay. Because the last video, I was still sick and I was so out of it. And Sally did all the welcoming. And then I did the welcoming again. I made quite a few mistakes last time. In case you're new to this, 2 days before Thanksgiving, my front tooth broke off at the gum line. So, yes, you're not seeing things. And I didn't blacken my teeth to do a creepy effect. That's me and my mouth until I can find a dentist who will see me in 2024. Probably be after Leap Day because, you know, they are so booked up. So I just have to put up with this. I have had several things in my mind. Should I wear a mask when I'm doing my floss tube so you don't have to see my mouth? Or I could put a little scarf across my face like Genie and I Dream of Genie. But I just decided, just have to bear with me because I have to bear with me every day when I look in the mirror. Okay, so.
All right.
The first thing we have is Sally's previous finish. Sally's FOs.
Yeah, my fully finished objects. Okay, so I was scrolling through Facebook, and there was a T-shirt that had HO cubed. Now, they had H, O, and then the 3 was above the O, but there were no parentheses. So really, they were saying HOOO. Well, I interpreted that and added the parentheses, and I got carried away and made it a little bit bigger, so I had to finish it on some 4-inch circles. But I have a 2023 charm, and then I have some pretty fabric on the back, and this is some yarn that I bought at Hobby Lobby last year to finish off, because I still haven't put my cup hook in the door frame to make twisted cord. And so then I decided to make a smaller one. Well, I had ordered some ornament shaped wood blanks from Amazon, so I made a smaller one and it fit. Again, HO cubed is ho ho ho, put the charm on it, and then on the back I just put some scrapbook paper. I didn't do a second wooden circle. And then I had I got into, you know, I've been in the Christmas mood and been stitching ornaments, so I stitched Joy, and I picked my own colors because they had I didn't like their colors. But again, it's got a charm on it for 2023, and I used scrapbook paper, and you can see the wooden part of the ornament, and it comes with the jute so you can make a hanger. The Joy comes out of this book. It's an omni book of Christmas patterns, and it's a Jeanette Cruz, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. It's an older one, but it's got some really good stuff in it. And then I had last year when I was at Target, I got this kit, a Mondo Llama kit, and it had some felt ornaments. So I have a hot cocoa mug, and it included everything. It included the stickers, the thread, the pieces were pre-cut. You just had to put them on there, and then make the hanger. There's a little bit of stuffing into it too, so it's got a little bit of filler. And then there's a there's a piece of, there we go. There's a lollipop. Of course, you know, Christmas gingerbread man. There's a cupcake with some holly. And last but not least, there's a piece of peppermint candy. And those are my fully finished objects. All right, so next I think we're ready to go on to our WIPs and new starts. So I'll let you, Angie, if you're ready, I'll let you start with that while I pack up some stuff.
Okay, well, I thought I had things in order. But, as usual, I don't. I have one new start. I finally started my Advent stitch, which is a free stitch from Joyful Expressions, and it's the names of Jesus. And I'm kind of following along with the way that Stitching Mommy did her colors, but I made mine a lot brighter. And I just did one strand of the blue, which starts Prince of Peace, and I went down to start the gold because I wanted to make sure you see the gold on this 18 count, 14 count white Ada.
How's that?
And I think the gold shows up just fine. The only problem is when I look back at the pattern and the way Stitching Mommy did it, that M should be red. So I'm going to take it out. But now I know gold works, so I can keep working on it. So that is Names of Jesus by Joyful Expressions. The needle minder comes, I believe, from Gina's Unique Boutique, because Jesus is the reason for the season, and this is my Advent piece, so I thought that was perfect.
Okay. Well, I had a new start. I was pet sitting, and I wanted something that was easy to stitch on, and so I started a, these are called, anyway, let me pull it out of the pouch. Everything comes in a pouch, but it's by Bent Creek, and it's called the Nativity Globe. And there you go. And you use it's 18 count linen, but you use the pearl cottons. They were all included, and this is how far I've gotten so far. It's a really easy stitch for me. The linen is very rough, but the holes are easy to see, and I haven't had to use any kind of magnification. And it was great while I was pet sitting because, you know, I could put a few stitches in, and then a couple hours later, get up and go take the dogs out, and then come back and start over again. That's my new start.
Okay. My first, that's the only new start you have, right?
That's the only new start I have, yeah.
So we're to WIPs.
Yes.
And my first WIP is the only other thing I worked on in December, which is September's month to month, January, from Stitching with the Housewives. I did it on 18 count wide Ada because I needed to be small enough to fit on this painted red barn that Sally made for me.
Well, I just painted it. It came from Chantel's 141.
The classic color works I used in each of the month to months is only on the part for the barn. The rest of them are DMC. So, this is as far as I got with the barn. Let me see that white board.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Oh, here you go.
This is as far as I got with the barn. Again, they're selling snow, apparently. I got, the last time I had just had the word snow worked out, and I've gone and done the front face of the barn. Like, I've been doing this, preparing for this WIP parade, and I've kind of had like a stitching paralysis, so I haven't done much stitching in December.
Well, it's a mini WIP parade. Trust me, I've got several more things that I'm not showing. And then I've been working on, and I'll obviously will continue to work on this, but I've been working on, let me get the pattern off, because, yeah, I'm old. I say I'm old school. I do not have Pattern Keeper, because I just don't. And so I use paper pattern and then mark it off as I go along. And the last time I showed you, I had most of the face done, the wings done. Anyway, I'll show you again. I worked on, I'm going to do it page by page. And this is Peacemaker Angel from Teresa Kogut. And you can see I worked on enough of the hair to give me a starting spot for the halo. And so here's where I've gotten the ecru part of the halo. And this is just done on a piece of ivory 18 count fabric. But because of the outline, it shows. Now there's some ninja stitches over in this wing that I'll get to eventually. And there's some ninja stitches in the face, and that's why it's not complete. But I am enjoying this. I needed some big blocks of color. All right, so that's all I've been stitching on. Besides making ornaments, but you know, ornaments don't take long. Well, it depends on which ornaments you're doing. There are some complicated ornaments that do take longer.
Okay, earlier in the year, I was working on July when I just had to stop because this was a tough pattern for me to do. It started with the classic colorworks that they used and that I bought. The flag would have been pink and gray, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't, so I changed that to red, white, and blue. Of course, so I had to change the barn, and I had to change other things. But the watermelon had pink in it, and the pink and red was messing me up. So I stopped for a while until I could get my head together. Oh, oops. I'm really close to finishing it.
Okay. Here, let's pull this over so we can see your face. Because it's your piece.
That is, I got the word done and the barn, and the whole bottom is done. I just have to go up the side and do a little bit over here, which is all watermelon and red and blue flowers, and it'll be done. So I just need to get myself in gear and work on it. Get it done.
Okay, I don't have any more WIP.
And that needle minder is Mad for Minders, I believe. Betsy Ross.
Okay. All right, so the next on our agenda is Happy Mail and Stash Investment. And
Whoa. We're still on WIPs.
Oh, you haven't finished your WIPs yet? Oh, I'm sorry.
I told you I had 18 WIPs.
Oh, I thought that was
and
in
you
plans.
Said you had a whole bunch.
I thought that was in plans.
Oh,
my other WIPs are in plans.
Okay, we can do that. That's fine. I'm lost.
It's okay. You know, we're still new at this. Of course, we both left screen at the same time.
Our first WIP parade and everything. And
well, our semi.
For me, it's a full WIP parade.
For me, it's not.
But it's overwhelming because you'll see why I want to do my year-end stats.
Okay. Well, I got a pretty Christmas card, which I did not bring with me, but my friend Angie, my cohort in this adventure, sent me a gift card from Barefoot Needle Arts. And after Christmas, and I finished with my pet sitting, we're road tripping it down. Hopefully they'll have some inventory reduction sales. My first happy email was I won a pattern from Stitched by Tatiana. She is from Belarus, but she lives in Poland, I think. Okay.
I think. She's got a windmill in the beginning of her thing sometimes, so first I thought she's from Netherlands, but I don't know where she's living. But I know she's living out of Belarus. She has to travel to see her parents in Belarus all the time. Anyway, I won a choice of a Russian or Ukrainian pattern from mybobbin.com, or she sent me another one, but it was all in Cyrillic or some weird language. couldn't read heads or tails of it.
That's when you go to Google
So
Translate.
I went to MyBobbin. I tried that. Went to mybobbin.com and I could see some English.
Okay.
So this is the one I chose. Wonder if I should take that out.
Yeah, probably. When I was looking to see how many pieces of how many skeins of floss, I used Google Translate in the camera, and it ran over it, and it changed it to tell me what it was. It said number of skeins. Yeah, because I can read that language.
Well, it looks like there wouldn't be too many colors in there, but there's like 12 or no, 17.
See that many?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another 6, and then 5.
But make sure.
And then some back stitching, but those may be mentioned up
they use
there.
the same colors. Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Anyway,
Oh, because there's some blends. There we go. But you should hopefully.
Right.
Yeah. Didn't look at that real closely on that part.
I've not used blends before, but as long as I can use 2 strands, I'm happy.
Right.
So.
You can't do the loop start though with the blends. You'll have to do a waist knot or a waist knot or hold it in the back.
We shall see.
Okay.
We shall see. Okay. So that was part of my Happy Mail. And then Sally surprised me by kidding it up.
Oh. What are friends for? It's just as easy to pull. There we go.
Look at all those colors. Purples and golds and blacks and whites.
Perfect.
It's going to be beautiful.
Perfect
this will
royalty
be
colors.
our Advent stitch. So it's going to be a wonderful project to stitch, hopefully. And while I'm on the subject of Sally gifting, she got me a Garon Totten bag with sugar skull dogs, I guess I should say. Like seeing the Chihuahuas on there, because I'm really a big Chihuahua lover.
I like the poodle.
And inside are woof woof rough rough. You know, vocal expressions that Jack now uses.
Yes, he does.
And Sally also bought fabric.
No, that's not mine.
Whoop.
It was actually, I reallocated my fabric.
Okay. Enchanted Forest.
It was
16 count.
Yeah. It was in a Blackbird Society
By
box.
Forbidden Fiber. Perfect. And she gave me a pair of scissors, which is down here somewhere, and a nail file.
Well, I'm always catching mine on something.
Sometimes, maybe. But
Well, you can file your needles down if you need to, too.
that's true. Can use it for that. I always laugh when people give me nail files.
Sorry.
Because I'm a nail biter, big time.
Oh, well, see, I used to be, but I am not now. And I'm sorry, I'm popping bubble wrap. I apologize.
Since I already showed you, my favorite blue so far is Blueberry from Fiber on a Whim. And Crafty Grimalkin had 2 pieces of Blueberry, one 14 count, one 16 count on sale. I snapped them up and she shipped them to me within a week. It's great shipping. Crafty Grimalkin, I recommend her highly.
Someone I was watching this week talked about the Crafty Grimalkin.
Now,
Might have been, it might have been Missy and Kathy. 2 needles pulling thread.
Sally has been working on our notebooks for this coming year. And, you know, I bought one from Amazon, and I had some pages I used in it, but mostly it was just not used. What am I saying? I bought this one. And it got me started. It was a nice start, but I didn't want to buy another one just like it and have it be wasted. So Sally purchased pages from someplace on Etsy or something. I don't know where.
Or
So we've got, you know, various sections like whips, and then a page that shows you where you can list them, and finishes, and where you can list them, and goals, and where you can list them. She even has yearly and monthly goals separated here.
There we go.
And new starts.
Yep. had to put a few of those in January.
all
We'll
those-
put fish and ships.
Yes, when we get to new starts, that's going to be our first one.
Oh, and then
Here's our calendar for our floss tube,
and
as
then,
well as our calendar to keep track of our stitching for each month. And
then
we finally have finishes, wish list, and kitted. I found out I have a lot of kitted, you know, for new
yeah.
starts, but
they're kind of, and
that's
it's
not going to be
basically
happening too soon.
lists. They're
Yeah.
their list, and then a
And that's
page
all
of
I,
notes.
yeah. Anyway, so that was another piece in my stash investment from Sally. She purchased the notebooks and did all the printing and everything. Now, the only thing I purchased besides the blueberry
fabric. Oh, that's
on a
right. I
whim.
didn't think about that. I didn't bring my sunflower fabric.
right after our last floss tube that afternoon, we went to Hobby Lobby, and I went crazy. And I wanted some more. We were making thread sleeves,
Yeah, I have a facsimile.
and we started with Dina's
But
half stitch cross stitches.
Yeah,
You know, kind of what she said to do on her floss tube, and what
I've got to
we
perfect
emailed
it,
back and forth, commented back and forth together. And I chose this fabric, but I didn't have enough to do. I wanted to do 5, and I didn't have enough to do 5, so I found some more of this at Hobby Lobby, and it's got, you know, the fruit of the spirit with fruit on it, you know, patience and peace and love and all that stuff. Got that. You're going to see, I couldn't resist this, folks. This was too cute. Can't. And it's kind of covered up by this.
oh, there you go. By the label.
This fat quarter of this fabric with these cute calves. I couldn't resist. I don't know what I'm going to use it for, but, and it was $1.49. You know, I said, okay, I'm going to get that. My peacock, which you're going to see, this is the backing for the pillow I'm going to make out of it. And Wilbur, the pig from Charlotte's Web that I'm cross-stitching, I got this fabric. And see the pig? I'm going to be fussy cutting those pigs for the strips around. Because the peacock pattern, I'm just going to have blue on the back, and that's all. Because the fabric is a real bright yellow, and I really like that. I want that to pop and show. But Wilbur needs some help, so he's going to have some strips around that have these farm animals, and of course he's going to have it as a back too. I bought a full yard of this stuff, so it was a whole yard.
I think might have been. I'm not sure.
And I got some more things for finishing.
And
I got a sticker in the mail that I forgot. I'm going to give to Sally because she does the stickers.
Well, thank you. Yes, I put it on my my water bottle that I take to yoga.
I don't do stickers. I have a bunch of stickers, but I use them in scrapbooking more than. And I finally got a pair of pinking shears that don't weigh 20 pounds. Still haven't taken them out of the package yet, but I do have them.
Well, you haven't needed them yet.
Yes. So we,
Well, fabric's on sale again this week too.
oh dear. We got several things, and when we talk about focus on a finish in just a minute when we're doing our plans, you can see that I'm getting ready for some finishes. So that's all my stash investment in Happy Mail.
Well, I ordered 2024 charms because I pass them out to my ladies at Embroiderers Guild too, or we have some friends that get together for little retreats, and it's good to make up a little Cersei for them and give them some charms. And in the past several just cross-stitch ornament issues, there's been a lady that's been doing like ugly sweaters on perforated paper, and then she has these little hangers that she hangs them on. And so I ordered them from Amazon. And oh, here we go. That might be better. They're just little wire hangers that I got from Amazon. I didn't realize they were packaged within the package. So they're individually, I mean, there's a set of them packaged within the bigger package. And then at Black Friday, I was watching a Floss Tube video, and I can't tell you who it was, but they said that Chantel's 141 was giving free shipping on all her orders. So I went over and ordered some stuff. I ordered
I love those.
3 of the snow globe backers, and then a jar backer. And I have no idea what I'm gonna put on these yet. I ordered her bow toolkit because I can't make bows like that. I can make shoestring bows, and it's usually out of baker's twine. But you get 4 sizes. They look like giant forks. Actually, they look like giant tuning forks to me. But they're labeled. And then I got a basic circle. Oh, no, it's an ornament. No, it's a circle. It looks like that's an ornament, but there's a stand.
Yeah.
And you put those together and put it in. And then this is a box that I'll have to paint and put together. And the stitch cards, Lori Holt stitch cards, I'll work on that perfectly. And then I got just the basic square.
With a stand.
Yeah, it's got a stand too. Yeah, that is I can't tell you what the name of that one is. I left the shipping label at the house. Whoops, that's okay, I get that later. And then yesterday I was at Joann's, and I have been watching Bumble Stitches. Nicola, she lives over in England, and she's been doing every other day Flossmas, because she had a 12-day Advent instead of a 24-day, and so she was showing it every 2 days. Or anyway, she was showing the cookie cutter ornaments from It's So Emma, and I got them at Joann's, and the guy that rang me up, I actually taught him, so he gave me the teacher discount even though I'm retired. So I got a little extra off of that, and I'm thinking that's all my stash enhancement. Or stash investment, excuse me. I need to move. I'm just gonna shift a little bit here and put that on the floor. Okay? So, we got stats, right?
Great. So now it's kind of time for our yearly stats. I'm not sure I'm doing these yearly stats right, but this is how I did it. I want to start off by saying that I started Flosstube watching this year on February 6th. At that time, I had 5 whips. Had a lot of patterns, but they weren't kitted up. I had 5 whips. And I had a basic rule, here it is, that after watching Flosstube, I really needed to follow, and so I wrote it up in like biblical kind of pun on King James language from the Bible. And I asked Sally if she'd help me design a cross-stitch piece that had it written down. And my friend Candy, she ghost stitched it. We actually offered the patterns for this if anybody wanted it, but nobody picked one up. So apparently I'm the only one that's going to follow these rules. And I didn't follow them very well this year because I got floss tubes, what I call it. And now I definitely have to follow these rules because my rule was I couldn't start a new one unless I finished one. So I always had 5, never went over 5. And I couldn't buy a new pattern and kit one up or kit one completely up unless I fully finished one. Well, I went crazy. And after Flosstube started, I had fabric I'd never seen before. Flosses, and I tried some of the fancy stuff. I don't like it. I'm sticking to DMC, but I tried it. Okay. So this year, I had 30 new starts. 30.
But you finished
Now,
some
that
of
would
them.
be okay if I had 30 finishes, but I only had 17.
That was more than half.
And they were fully finished. So I could buy and kit up, which I did. If you saw my other bin, I kitted up. Probably more than 17. I need to count, but I'm afraid to. I want to give credit for the finishes to Sally. And I love Flosstube giving me all the different ideas of finishes, because before, it was either frame or pillow, frame or pillow.
Yep.
That's all you had a choice of. And maybe a bell pull once in a while, but that was about it. The Flosstube gave us a lot of good ideas for finishes.
Yes, yes.
Including Chantel 141's
Oh, yes.
ideas. So I'm ending the year with, I believe, 18 WIPs. If 19, if we count our super secret double agent spy project, which was stitching covered buttons for our EGA friends, which we've already given to them for Christmas.
And we made them into needle minders.
Yes, we covered the buttons. Well, I did the stitching. Sally did the finishing. That's kind of the way things go around here.
It works well that way.
Yeah. So 18 WIPs. Went from 5 beginning of the year to 18
It's still under
at the
20.
end of the year. Never in my life have I ever had this many at one time. Started.
That's why I don't count mine.
So maybe you can understand my stitching paralysis this month as I dug out all the, these are all, everything I've ever done, ever worked on. This is truly my WIP parade.
Oh, I gotcha. No, this is not my WIP parade.
But my kits, like Mill Hill alone, I probably might have 20.
I don't have quite that many, but I do have
I know I got a lot.
I have a lot.
Because I love Mill Hills. I can, and my friends give me their Mill Hills to finish. I do the stitching and the beading. They have to put the back on and all the finishing. But I'll do the stitching and beading because I love working on Mill Hills. There's some of them, I've done the same pattern like 5 or 6 times because all my friends wanted it done. I have no problem doing that with the stitching. Finishing is my problem. So, what are your yearly stats?
Oh, well, I'll start like you did. I started watching Flosstube though during 2020, during the shutdown, the COVID shutdown, because I was still teaching, and I had one computer. I had my school computer up and available for if my students needed help with anything, because we were doing e-learning at the time. And then I had my home computer up, listening to Flosstube videos, watching those, and I have a lot of PDFs that I have saved to an external hard drive. But looking back on finishes, I ended up with 67 total finishes. Now, I did count each one of the So Jolly Christmas ornaments individually, and there were 12 of those. So, but anyway, and it included some knitting finishes also. Trying to think. Oh yeah, I dropped them on the floor. There they are. Oh.
It's still working.
Oh.
Sorry
about that. We had a crash there.
We're really tight here.
Yeah, we are, but it's a lot warmer in here than it is outside.
Yes.
Let's see, what else did I do? You know, I haven't actually fully finished that thing yet. Yeah, I had some knitting, and I was looking to see if I had any crochet finishing.
No, I didn't even count.
Oh, I did some needlepoint name tags for a retreat that we go to. I go to. Let's see. And I made some bracelets similar. Now, these I bought, but I made some beaded bracelets for Clemson University, my alma mater, and West Florence, my high school. And then I finally got around to stitching the Silent Night that I've wanted to stitch forever. Okay. And then those felt ornaments that I showed earlier, I could have separated those out, but I just put them all as one because, when I did make a fleece blanket for Jack, I cut the fringe, and it was a yard of fabric, and then I just tied it up. And I think it's kind of cute. It's got a puppy dog print on it. And he's laying on it, or partially laying on it.
He's eating his treat. I hope you can't hear that. I can hear that, so hopefully the phone's not picking it up.
Well, and this year I did start. I finally there was a Lavender and Lace pattern, the Angel of Love, that's got the beaded bodice, and I started that one this year. It's an old pattern, been around for a while, and I haven't done any progress since the last time I showed it, but I will show that in my when we start talking about our 2024 plans. But I enjoy watching, and like Angie said, it gives ideas to finish stuff. I wouldn't have finished things the way I finished them if I hadn't seen several things. And now when I go to different stores like Dollar Tree or even Hobby Lobby, they had Christmas kits, and they had a snow globe that you colored on. Well, I got it for the piece of wood that was in it. It was cheap, inexpensive, and right now Christmas crafts are 66% off. All right, so I digress. Now I think, you want to go into our plans? I think it's time to go to our 2024 plans.
Okay.
All right, so.
Well, I guess you're going to see our WIPs as we go along. And as for mine, I will tell you if that's a focus for a finish. Now, I don't focus for a finish for the year of 2024. I focus for a finish for the fair. So which we need to get done by the end of September usually. Fully finished.
Yes.
So we can get them done in time to put in our state fair or our local fair.
Yeah.
So our year is kind of different.
Right. But the first thing we're going to do is, you want to do New Year, New Start, or you want to do...
Oh, we're doing...
Can we do it that way?
Okay. Well...
Is that how yours is organized?
I'll just grab it in the back. That's where they are.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Is that it?
I believe this is it. Yes, it is.
Okay. Well, we are both going to do Fish and Ships by Long Dog Sampler. And I'm sure, and this will be my first Long Dog. Although I did download the, oh, here you go.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Yes. I was like, what is that in my bag? I did download Pandemic, but I've never started it. But yes, as Angie showed, Fish and Ships. We both have the PDFs. I'm going to use 958. It's a pretty beachy greeny tealy color. And I'm going to put it on, what have I got? 18 count fiber on a whim sand. And I figure that'll go really nice together. Kind of pulls up.
And we're doing this along with Laura Stitching by the Shore. She started this out for the new year. You need to start with Fish and Ships. And I chose Ocean Blue by Stitch Me. This is a 16 count piece. And I'm going to do black on it.
I'll help you out with that. And we together invested in the cone of doom, a cone of black. And so last week, I don't know when it was, I bobbinated. I think I put approximately 2 skeins per bobbin. So I think I'm giving you the equivalent.
Again,
anyway.
Sally knows no bounds in kindness.
Well, we invested in that together. Yeah. And you showed me the acrylic floss drops, which I love. I ordered some more yesterday.
I usually order about every other month. I order another pack,
I have several different ones. I was trying to see what I really wanted to do.
Slowly getting bobbins switched over to floss.
Yeah, I got a bunch of those I need to switch over. It was funny because I bobbinated during COVID when I was in shutdown. You couldn't go anywhere. I sat there watching videos and bobbinated. And now I'm going to unbobinate. And as I unbobinate, I run my thread through my sponge to straighten out the kinks before I wind it. All right.
You have a bunch of new starts, so you might want to do...
Well, I do, but I was just going to do it as we went along.
Oh, okay.
That was my New Year, New Start.
Okay.
Because we're going to start that on January 1st, right, which is a week from Monday. And I'm coming over here and we're going to visit.
Yep. And we might even, I think Laura's going to have a Zoom that day. We might be able to do a Zoom together.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
I haven't done a Zoom with her yet.
I haven't either. Yeah, I tried one. No, I take that back. My very first Zoom I tried with her, and there were 34 people on it. And everybody was talking at the same time, and I didn't know who anybody was. And it was overwhelming for someone like me who just lives in my little recliner in my little 1-bedroom apartment. And suddenly 34 people were in the room with me, and it was very hard.
I gotcha.
But with Sally in the room, I'm hoping I'll be able to... Now, I've done other Zooms since then. Late night stitchers, there's like only 9 or 10.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes 6.
I've noticed on Facebook, they'll say, I'm in the Zoom room, you want to join me?
Yeah. And so, but I have to be careful with them because they're terrible enablers. They got me hooked in Grace Note Fabrics. So
that is pretty fabric.
okay.
Are we just gonna kind of follow?
So we're going down the line
what,
now, or
what
are
do
we
you
doing?
have next?
Well, I have my 6 for $60
Okay. You want to do one
in
of
front
those?
because those are the. That was my first big. I did 6 new starts in 1 month without finishes.
Look,
this is why I
was
bumped up
starts.
from 5 to 18. Okay.
But 5 and 6 is only 11.
This is actually 7 new starts, but I actually started this in June, so it'd be ready for my birthday because this is the reading tracker that Stitching Cabin puts out.
Mm-hmm.
She has a 52 book one and she has a 104 book one, and this is the one where I goofed up. Is my first time using, was it printed fabric, and I wanted it to be on the blue. But at the same time, somebody on Floss Tubes said I was doing my Q-snap wrong. And so I put it in the Q-snap. And I intended to stitch, you know, in the ditch like this. And I still went back to my old way. So I ended up on the white, the non-blue side. I paid for that fabric for nothing. But anyway, I got the top shelf stitched. And I've read 5 more books, but I haven't stitched them in there. I haven't stitched the colors in yet. I'm getting ready to finish all the plants and stuff on the second shelf and get all the books outlined in that. But this is where you read a book and whatever genre it's in, you match it to the color and you put it in there. And I don't have all my colors of the genres in because those are genres I haven't read any yet, which is very annoying because I do like these kind of books, but I haven't found anything good yet to read. This is a year of dragons, apparently. I'm reading a lot of fantasy because there's a lot of books out with dragons in them. And when I was probably in my 20s or maybe, Anne McCaffrey put out the Dragon Riders of Pern series, which is like 20 books or something.
Wow.
I don't know. But I loved that series, and that got me hooked in dragons. And so if there's a dragon involved, I'm involved. I need this back.
Oh, yes. You do need that back. I don't need that.
I think I said everything on that. My little
Tiny needle
tiny
minder.
earth magnet needle minder is from Berri Patch on Etsy. And these are very strong. They may be tiny, but they're strong.
Yeah, they're definitely mighty.
So I think that's everything that I needed to say about that pattern.
There you go.
You go next?
Well,
Or you don't have a whole lot of...
no, well, I mean, I was going to my fair finishes, the things I'm planning on doing for fairs, but how far down is that on your list?
Well, I have all that, each one with a star is fair finish. So they're throughout.
Oh, you have a bunch. Well, the 2 that I'm planning on really focusing on for fair, and the reason I'm doing it this way, because they're both on, they're on different fabrics. So in the state fair, I can put them in different categories. One is the Peacemaker Angel that you saw earlier, because I've been working on that one. And the other one is the Angel of Love by, and I mentioned it too. And there's a picture, there's a photo somewhere by, what did I say, Lavender and Lace. That's it. But I can't find, but I can find all my working copies. Oh, there it is. All right, so this is, oops, that's upside down. There's glare because it's a real photo, but this is what it's going to look like when I finish it, hopefully.
Is that on Pattern Keeper or something?
No, old school paper pattern. Okay. I don't even think those things will transfer into Pattern Keeper. And I have not worked on it since the last time I showed it, which was sometime during the summer. But, or actually, I'm not sure when it was, but I'm going to let you see where I am. I have turned the corner on the, and I'm going up the other side. So, and there are some stitches in the wing I need to finish up. And there's some beads that'll go in the head, but there she is. This is on 32 count.
That is a lot to get
done. Well, it may not be this year's fair. It may be next year's fair. But if I do some monogamous stitching.
Yeah, but all those little ornament things you want to do and stuff.
Oh, well, you know what?
Show that pool noodle idea.
I just cut off a pool noodle and wrapped my piece around it.
You
just
don't
so
have
I can
to iron
carry
it.
Well, I don't like to iron until I'm ready to finish it. And I'll probably pin it to a piece of acid-free foam core and frame it myself. I don't lace unless I have to. Now, I did lace those little ornaments, but that was easy peasy because that's because I did the gathering stitch to pull it up around the form I used. All right, so and then like I said, the other one is the Peace Maker Angel by Teresa Kogut, and you've already seen that, so I'm not gonna pull it out again. Oh, do you got another finish for the fair?
Yeah, this is a finish for the fair. This is the Uniqueness of Others peacock. I'm actually not going to do the words or that border. I'm just doing the peacock itself. Now, you'll notice as you see my projects, if it's not on bright white, then it's going to be on a bright color of some sort of blue or yellow. I don't like beige very much. So, I chose 14 count custard by Cosmo because that custard color is the contrast on the color wheel to the blue.
Yes, opposite to the yellow and blue.
And this is one of my 6 for 60. I turned 60 in August. And the needle minder is going to be from Gina's Unique Boutique. And the grime guard is that steering wheel cover from Walmart or Dollar Tree or wherever it came from. We just don't know.
Do we need a...
Anyway, this is what I have of it so far. It is 1/4 done. So I've got 3 pages left to work on this. And I'm going to gear down and get her done. And I've already got the blue fabric. I'm going to turn this into a pillow.
All right. Keep going because you got more than I got.
Now, if I don't put things in...
Oh, I understand.
As we go along, I'm going to be in trouble. So, let me get this page in. Okay, so... This one is not... It could... Maybe.
No, don't show that pattern.
Oh, sorry. I grabbed the wrong sheet. Well, where's
your cover page? Is it in the envelope somewhere?
Oh,
there it is.
It's the second page there. Okay.
If it had been a freebie, it'd been one thing, but you paid for that. So.
This was on Etsy. It's called Adjust Your Sales. The picture did not entice me one bit, but I saw a model stitched by somebody, and it was beautiful.
Oh, this is a computer generated.
Yeah. So, I did it on I'm doing it on 14 count Stormy Gray fabric flare. And the design is by Little Dove Designs on Etsy. So that's the
you can also get Little Dove Designs on 1-2-3 Stitch.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, because I got the 60th anniversary sampler. I got a stitch from my parents came from there. Because you found it for me.
What I have done so far.
Oh, you know what? We're having some technical difficulties.
I love that Stormy Gray with the, it just looks like a stormy surge day above the ocean,
You stitched it on the right side, too.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, fabric flares
and fabric. It's even in the ditch stitching, which annoys me immensely because it gets close to the bars and to this fabric that's coming in here, and it's very annoying. If I were doing it the other way, this would not be happening. But I'm doing it this way to see if I can get used to, stitching that way. All right, so that was another 6 for 60 start, and it's a long possibility for the fair. Another 6 for 60 that I'm doing, and I can't believe you did not show it as one of your whips.
Well, not yet, because this is in plans, so that's why I kept it.
I thought we were doing plans.
We are doing plans. That's why I kept it as a whip for plans.
So do you have this? You have this Summer Quaker?
Yeah, I do.
We'll get down.
That's under styles. Okay. Yeah, we can show it together.
Okay.
I gotta figure out. Yeah, this is it.
You have a picture?
I do.
Well, this is my picture. It's getting all.
Oh no! I got the.
It's getting all bothered.
All right, so and I'm not gonna take it out of the plastic because that's just gonna add a few more minutes to our video. Which I'm not worried about long videos because as it's uploading, we'll be doing other stuff anyway. But it's Summer Quaker, And I'm working on 32 count. It's a picture of this plus, and I can't remember if it's Heritage or Legacy or I'm not sure. And I usually start, you know, samplers, I usually start in the corner, but because I like to use 3-inch margins too. I was going to be cutting it kind of close, so I ended up starting in the middle. And I have not worked on this since the summer, but here's what I have done. And I'm using DMCs, and there are a lot of them.
This is by Lila's Studio.
Lila Studio, yeah. Sorry, I didn't.
This is my first ever Quaker. And this is all I've done so far. I made sure I got 200 stitches on it so I could call it a WIP. That's basically about all I've done. It's kind of overwhelming me a little bit, especially when people talk about mistakes being in the pattern and the, you know, all the stuff that's going on. I just don't know. The Sea Turtle Magnum needle minder is from Sally, and so is the Grime Guard.
Oh,
and even the Q snaps are Sally's.
Yeah,
I'm doing this on 16 count ice blue Ada. This was started with Samantha, the Huga Stitchers, Live in the Sunshine Sal, as well as Beth on the Steadfast Stitcher and Laura from Stitching on the Shore, and they call it the Summer by the Shore Sal. Again, a Sal. I got hooked in. I love Stitching by the Shore. I end up doing a lot of the stuff she says. She's terrible in enabler.
Well, the first time I saw Fish and Ships, I actually saw that with Lisa Lost in Stitches. And she finished hers, and it is beautiful.
Okay, so.
And our New Year, New Start is also a Sal. It's a Fish and Ships Sal. So we talked about that, I do believe.
And apparently I skipped one, so I need to find where it is.
Oh, your Wonder Whale.
This one is a possibility, but I didn't put a star by it. But I could possibly get Ocean of Wisdom done. It's by Erica Michaels. And again, I like the sayings in it. And I always like a lighthouse. So I'm doing this on, well, it's supposed to be worked on gauze. They don't tell you this stuff when you buy the pattern.
Of course not,
you know. But I'm using 14 count white Ada. And I'm using Weeks Dye Works plus 52 B5200 and 519 DMC. I'm actually using the specialty threads. This is one of my 6x60s, and the Grime Guard is from.
There's no Grime Guard.
Can't even see the Grime Guard on it, but
like,
when I get it, it's down in the bag somewhere.
Here's your card.
It's from Maggie's Minders as well. Oh, there's my math for.
Oh, for the
see
size.
if I had the right amount of.
Yeah, when you were talking about Summer Quaker, or I was like, well, I'm not doing the Wonder Whale because you're like, you didn't show this, and I was like, well, I'm not doing the Wonder Whale. There's the Wonder Whale.
Somehow I skipped it. Okay, this is also scheduled to be finished for the fair. It is the Wonder Whale by Al Forest Embroidery, and I'm doing an 18 count Ariel Ada from 123 Stitch, and I changed all threads to be the same color but more saturated because it looks like fall, and I wanted it to be deeper colors. But I'm hoping to finish this Wonder Whale, and I got that whale needle minder.
I don't know why we have that shadow. Oh, I know what that shadow is. Never mind.
Probably from this sewing box that the
no, I think it's the phone because we don't have a
okay.
We don't have a ring light.
All right, so that's how much I've got done.
Well, you got most of the outline done.
So that is out there. The other 6x60 was the Seaside Tiny Town, which I started and finished in the same month of August, my birthday.
Well, see, you did get a finish on your.
It was finished for the past fair.
Yep.
And got a blue ribbon.
Good job.
So those are all my 6 for 60s. All right.
Okay.
We've already done new starts.
Right.
So
Well,
I have 4 more focuses for the fair. Do you have any?
I'm just going to do those 2 angels.
Okay. Do you have any more whips to show? Okay.
But it's further. I mean, I've got some other categories that may or may not be the same as yours.
Okay.
So go ahead and keep going.
All right. Well.
I don't know those last 2 that you have on that focus for the fair.
All right. So, what? I already showed you January and July. So I don't know why I'm trying to show it to you again. Please be the right one this time.
Yeah. Talk amongst yourselves.
Here we go. Finally. Mario.
Oh, yes.
He's my favorite. So I definitely will be focusing on him. He's done a blueberry from Fiber on Whim. That's my favorite blue, as I said. It's what got me hooked. I thought about doing fish and chips on this, but I thought the water was too grape to be the ocean.
Oh.
So this is what I've got done on Mario. Almost 2 pages finished out of 6. So there's lots of little motifs that you have to finish. And Mario will be a big motif. This is what he's supposed to look like. I got it from ChocoCocoStitch on Etsy. I discovered Etsy because of Floss Tube. And the needle minder is from Silicone. Oh, no, it's from Amazon. I got it from Amazon.
Oh.
I started this project in honor of Dad, but I'm enjoying it so much, it's becoming more for me as well. So I'm definitely going to be working on this one for the fair. I keep this one by my chair at all times because this is the one that motivates me to stitch a lot of times. Okay, so... Wilbur is another focus for the fair. And I was rolling along, but I got one off, and so I had to wait until I could get someone to copy the pattern so I could start marking it, because it's a lot of full coverage and color changes, you know, and so I'm one off somewhere, and I know I could fudge it, but if I do, then what happens if I run into something else later on? I just want to find out where I made a mistake. So, but now it's been copied for me, and I need to start marking it up and get it done.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to making Wilbur a pillow. Now, what does Wilbur look like? Well,
yeah, I was going to say.
It's by Teresa Kogut, and he looks like this. Isn't he darling? Just like the pig on Charlotte's Web. And I'm looking for a spider, like, to do in the corner. Hopefully something looks more like Charlotte if I can find something. It's on 14 count Picture This Plus Legacy. The needle minder was a South Carolina one from PNBmakingmemories, and the grime guard was from Stitchin Sisters Craft. I try to give credit to everybody because this is work people have done. You know, they need credit to
keep their business going.
Yeah. So.
Oh, now I know what that one underneath there. That must have been WIP Miscellaneous.
Okay.
Is that what MS is?
Yes. This is a very, very old WIP. This was when Berri Patch was still open, but I actually got this from Dixie Darling.
That's what I thought.
And I started it, and one of my brother's dog peed on it.
Oh, it was his cat.
Or cat. It was his
It's
cat,
his cat.
Garfield. That's right. Peed on it. So I started again. And just in case it's stained, I can't tell. I have another piece of fabric to continue it. But it's called He Watches Me.
Bring it down just a little bit.
And I sing because I'm happy. I sing because I'm free. It's his eyes on the sparrow will go below it. Yep. And I know he watches me.
Yep.
And it's got water lilies that I have to use for his shirt. Mm-hmm. And that's an interesting experience. I have to use a bigger needle and stuff.
Oh, yes.
This is on 14 count. I don't know what. It came in the kit. They had it all kitted up with all the threads and the fabric.
Well, they suggested Misty Blue Ada, but I don't know if that's what
that
it is
might be
not.
what that is. It came with the kit, and it's perfect for this, I think.
Actually, 10 count Blue Ridge Betsy
Ross. 10 count?
Yeah, that was like 10 count.
It might be. It's awful big.
It's big.
It has to be because you have to use a big needle to get that water lilies or whatever through there.
Do you have to use all 3 strands, or you separate it?
I separated it.
Okay.
That's what I've been
separating. And you're still getting good coverage, yeah.
So,
okay.
But it's still, you have to use a humongous needle.
That's true.
It's very, I don't have to use my magnifiers to do this one. This is by Foxwood Crossings. And just in case I mess this up, I have an extra piece of fabric. I can even do it again, but I would have to find the fibers again, probably.
Well,
I don't think there's enough fibers to do it again.
1, 2, 3 stitch does carry.
I don't think this colorful one right here, I think that's not available anymore.
I think it is. I think it might have been a special hand dye for them.
But I could choose another color.
Oh yes, there are plenty to choose from.
But I loved it. I mean, I love working on it, but I've done it. I'm on my second one.
And Dixie Darling
have enough to do a third one.
Has since closed.
Anyway, this is probably, I would say, let's see now. I don't know when Sherry left, when the Berri Patch closed, but I know Sherry was with me Candy was with me.
Yes, because we went to Dixie Darling on the way to Knoxville.
Right, we stayed in Knoxville. That's what it was. It was that weekend we went to Knoxville. That's when I got this. That's how long ago. This is a very old WIP, but actually, I don't think it's my oldest. I've got one more that's my oldest. Anyway, that one's slated for a fair finish, hopefully. Hopefully.
How are you planning on finishing it? Or how are you planning on having me finish it?
I can't remember how they had it.
They had it as a wall, like a flag hanging on a little stand.
Didn't I have another one? Time for God.
Time for God. I don't know what that one looks like.
Yes, you do, because you showed it last time, and I said I had it. What is this one?
Oh, we can get our labels on our bags.
Yes, we do. That's the next step. Okay, well, Time for God will show up as I go through these bags.
Okay.
That's all I can say.
Sounds good.
It's that one that says, in all times, trust God. And
that one. It's a Lizzie Kate, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, I added that in my stash, but I have not. I didn't get it. Okay.
I need to. Time for God will show up.
This down here. Oops, excuse me.
I've done those.
Yeah, you're doing good.
The only one I haven't done is Time for God.
And it's right here.
One, so I need to find that one. Okay, so that's all of my focus for the fair. Okay. So now we're back to just regular WIPs.
Well, I don't have just regular. I have some categories.
Or regular projects to show. Let me put it that way. I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 projects to show that aren't new starts.
Right. Oh, well now, but see, some of mine are new starts, but then some of them I'll be working on. For example, oh, snap. Yep, I used to teach middle school. Oh, I did get some more progress on this. I don't know if I showed this last time or not. I can't remember. But I do have in the garden, and this comes from the Heartstring Samplery's Sunday Hymns book. I think it's called Sunday Stitches. And so I'm gonna try to focus on stitching this on Sundays. Now, this past Sunday I did not because it was raining and nasty. We had a children's program at church. I had been pet sitting. When I got home after church, we had stone soup too, so I had lunch. Got home about 10 minutes later, my electricity went out for about an hour, so I took a nap. And then got ready and we went over to a local restaurant, a local bar, and had Christmas hymns and hops and had snacks. So we sang Christmas music. It was really fun. Anyway, the book looks like this. I got the whole book. But the pattern I'm doing looks like this, except I didn't use the overdyes. I used the DMC. And I find that if I do use the overdye, if it's not heavily variegated, I don't stitch one stitch at a time. I go do the row.
I see no point if it's not variegated. Very variegated.
I'm going to keep my book out.
You've seen this one before if you've watched this. This is the Autumn Bell Pull, which I thought, boy, I was just going to whip that out in like 6 weeks. 6 weeks just to do the part I did, I think. It's by Stony Creek. It's on an 18 count Ada, mystery Ada, kind of yellowy Ada. And, oh gosh. It's got a West Virginia needle minder on it from PNBmakingmemories. And the scroll rod guards I got from Maggie's Minders. And this is all I've got so far. It's like 7 different shades of green, 4 different shades of orange.
It's the Stony Creek.
So, you know, it really messed with my head. And it was like 1X here, then 2 X's of this color, then 1X of another color, and 1X of that color I started with. And that vine I couldn't carry so much because it would show, you know, behind. Because I'm making a bell pull. I've already got the bell pulls from PNBmakingmemories. So, but I gotta get the project done. It will be, just probably not this year.
Here's your pattern.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Are you going to do another one or?
Well, what's on my list? We've mentioned the 2 sows that we're working in. That's well, Star Long sows, Summer Quaker and Fish and Ships, and then I'm gonna go on to Lenten Stitch then.
Okay.
And Angie and I are doing the same Lenten Stitch. It's When I Survey the Wondrous Cross, and again, it's from the Heartstring Samplery Sunday Hymns book. Now she's got the individual pattern because a friend gave it to her. I bought the whole book because I liked all of them. So eventually I'm going to do Mighty Fortress and give to my pastor because we're Lutheran and, you know, that song's played every Reformation Sunday. I don't know what, I know I'll use the DMCs because I purchased all the DMCs for the whole book when I purchased them. Not sure what fabric I'm going to do it on yet. That I have a little bit of time, a couple of months.
Yeah, I just have the pattern to do that. We're going to do the same Lent stitch and the same Advent stitch. And we didn't plan that. It just worked out that way.
Yeah.
I'm missing the pattern and the threads for this somewhere. I know it's somewhere in this house. I'm going to find it. It's in one of my bags that I just carried it to work on somewhere. It's Flea Market Flowers. I don't know who did it. I can't.
It's so Emma.
Okay. And I've done the full grid, and I did one of the flowers.
You've done the hard part.
And the needle minder came from Sherry's Berri Patch. I still have the card on there.
I see that.
And the needle still works, you know, still holds the needle very strongly. So,
Oh, and I see somebody whip stitch the edges for you.
yes.
Now you can zigzag the edges yourself now.
Yes. So, actually, that's the way I bought that piece. It was done that way.
It was already whip stitch? Interesting.
Yeah. The other sides were serged, but that side was whip stitch for some reason. So, anyway, I got to find the pattern and the threads. And I've changed the threads. I don't have any pinks in it because I don't, it's on some memory of my mom. I changed the pinks and browns to purples and reds.
It's a nice combination.
So, okay, so.
Well, while you're getting your next one out, I'll go next. Angie was talking about the Advent stitch. Yes, that ornament, that beautiful purple ornament. We're both going to do that one. But I'm also going to, I have always wanted to have a Christmas tree at my house. And basically Christmas are just Christmas ornaments to remember Jesus. And they're in the form of usually his name. So if you see IHS, that means Christ. But anyway, these have been around for a long time. They call them, well, Christmas monograms. That's what a Christmon is Christ monogram. So I plan to do these. And then I also have this one. And I plan to work on those. These are the colors. And for some reason I have 2 whites. I'm not sure. But white, gold, gray. I know it's kind of boring colors. But I mean, they aren't supposed to be very bright. And then I'm just going to do on a piece of 18 count. I think it's 18 count. Yeah, 18 count Ada. It's Zweigart. It comes from Hobby Lobby, so it has Artiste on it, but it is Zweigart brand. I mean, it's labeled Zweigart too. And you see the orange thing on the corner. The only thing is I'm not sure how I'm going to fully finish them because it's very difficult to find those little gold frames. I mean, Hirschner's doesn't even have them.
Ask Marguerite to look for them.
Yeah, when she goes.
She's lucky to find all that stuff.
Yeah, she does do a lot of that stuff.
This is one piece that's not really cross-stitched, but I want to finish it this year for the fair. And it is the Silly Cow.
Here, let's do this. And let's...
The one that has the yellow milk. I just fell in love with it. It's my first piece ever of doing something like this. And I'm trying to do the basket weave stitch. And they call it that because on the back, it kind of looks like, I'm going to try to show it to you. It kind of looks like basket weave. If you put it up real close, you can kind of see. Mostly it looks like basket weave. Sometimes I had to run threads through it to finish off the thread. And sometimes I lost my way until I figured out, oops, I'm not doing back stitch or basket weave stitch. But that's one I want to finish for the fair this year. But it's not cross stitch, but I still put it in there.
Right. Well, it is a form of needlework. And if you make a pillow or seat cushions, it's best to use basket weave for that because it holds up. It's thick. It's got more threads underneath it.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I've got a category called seasonal stitching. You got something for seasonal stitching?
Actually, the next piece I'm going to show is seasonal stitching.
There you go. Perfect then.
It's actually called Every Season.
Oh, that one. Yeah, I have that as one of my pages on my phone as a backdrop.
I'm trying to find the picture that has
the
the
biggest
whole thing
one
on it.
Well, it may not have all the little, because, I got them, I ordered them all separately.
Yeah, I thought I had a picture with all of them on it, but apparently I don't.
You got the one with the outline and then the little ones in between.
Well, this is kind of sort of like it.
Yeah,
this one has all of them, but the little squares in that. It's called Every. Yeah, let's write that up. It's called Every Season. I have this one done and this one done, and I've got to do the other 3 octagons.
Yeah, they're 8 sides.
And then the 4 squares. But I plan on working on that one, as a seasonal stitch. When I can, but it's not slated for a fair finish because each octagon is full coverage.
Yes,
it's a lot of stitching.
It is a lot of stitching. I know because I finished mine.
What do I have done?
Put it in the fair several years ago.
Said what I finished. I'm doing it on mint green Ada, 14 count. And the needle minder came from Wish.
Oh, because I ordered some of those from Amazon. They were technically for diamond painting to hold your pattern.
To definitely use the iron, but I hate to iron until I'm done with it. So that's what I've finished so far on it.
Okay, how come every time you hold something up, you get out of the frame?
Well, I don't think people need to see my toothless mouth.
Oh.
So, okay. So,
they
that's
don't need
that.
to see me. I'll just do this. All right, well, I have a couple of seasonal stitches that I want to work on. One of them would be a new start. I have the backer board for this, but it's Hands-On Designs, Mad for Plaid. Yeah, spring, summer, fall, and winter. But then also I have the Day at the Beach. And I'm going to work it. I'm going to use DMC and because I think she originally designed it in Cosmo Floss. And I do have some Cosmo, but that's for something else. And I'm just going to work on a piece of black 18 count Ada. And it is crunchy Ada too. It's okay. When I put it in the hoop, it'll be fine. And then I also have like I said, I have the shelf to put it on. I haven't painted it or glued it or anything, but that's my seasonal stitch. So I guess I need to start working on the winter one soon. There it is.
Yep, I found it. This one's slated for a fair finish. This one is Time for God by Lizzie Kate. And I'm doing it in All the Week's Dye Works. I have no idea what this fabric is, but I got it from Sherry's store, Berri Patch.
It's pretty.
And I started it when Sherry's store was still open, so I know this is my oldest WIP. And the reason I stopped it is I'm getting real close to the bottom there. And I still have to have 3 more lines after hard.
Well,
so
yeah, I
I'm
think you
worried.
can get it. No, I think you can get it.
Okay, so that's why I stopped, because I just was worried that I was not going to have enough room.
Nah, you got a lot of space in there.
And I think I'm going to want to do it Belpool, I think. So the needle minder, have no clue.
Yeah, it was from a region seminar.
Oh, yeah, it's Carolina's region. It's Embroidery Guild of America, our Carolina region seminar. That's right. I had to look to see what it said first.
What does it say?
Reconnecting on the Ridge.
There you go. Yes. After COVID,
we didn't have the year.
It was 2022, I think. 2021, 2022.
Okay. I don't know.
No, I think it's 2021 because 2020. Because I didn't go last year. It was 2021. Yeah. I also, so one of my other seasonal stitches is last year I was hoping to do every one of the 9 patches from Primrose Cottage stitches, but I didn't get them all done. I got all the ones that I wanted to stitch on Vintage Country Mocha linen, but I got 6 of them done, and I have 6 more to go, and I'm gonna hunt for, well, I'm gonna show you what the Christmas one looks like, although I've already shown it. I showed it earlier this summer, or earlier this year, but anyway, so I have, like I said, I have 6 of them to go. I have August, June, May, April, and February. Actually, I have 5 to go. Huh, I have 1 less to go than I thought I had. Yep. Because, again, I keep looking for my glasses. I usually have them on top of my head, but I have this headband. So I have February, April, May, June, and August to do. Oh, that's where there they are. I'll show them to you. I'm using DMCs, and then it called for 25 count, but I'm using 28 count. So here's August. Here's what February is going to look like. Here's April for Easter. So they need Easter in March this year? I can't remember. This one's May. Usually it's in April. And then June. June has the watermelons. And some cherries. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. And I'll be stitching those on a white 28 count. Lugana, more than likely. I like Lugana. I know some people say they prefer Jobelin, but the holes, I can see the holes better on my Lugana. Okay. Oh, I have that pattern.
I'm not going to do this one.
You changing your mind?
28 count.
So
that's why I stopped.
Change it to 14.
And it's got specialty stitches that are over 1.
Well, you can fudge those.
And I'm legally blind, so 18 count is about most I can do. When I worked on a 22 count,
no, 20 count
wolf block.
It was 20.
20?
Yeah, it was 20.
It took me months to get that block done because I can't see well enough. And definitely can't work on 28 count over 1.
Well, I can do that part for you.
I can't see the holes to count over 2. And this is all I've got done. It's really pretty.
It is pretty. I said I've got
it's
that
down
pattern.
my alley.
I did the
but I did
the bay one.
And the pattern stuck together apparently. I don't know if you heard me ripping it open, but there's all kinds of black markies all over it.
It's okay. I can still read it. And you must have gotten the bead pack with it, thread pack, bead pack with it.
It's down on the floor. It fell out.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there you go.
I got all the specialty threads, the bead pack, the needle, everything's in there.
Because it's a Victoria sampler. The only problem is she doesn't tell you what color is what, and sometimes you have to kind of figure out. She gives you a list, but she doesn't tell you.
There's a Veriswa, Krynic, Silk Ribbon, Gloriana. Yeah, General Art Samplers. This one's going away somewhere.
Wow.
It will have to find a home somewhere else.
Oh, thank you.
There you go.
Then I don't have to go dig mine out.
I can mark that off now I only have 17 whips.
There you go. All right. So, all right.
So all I've got left are some new starts that I haven't shown.
Yeah, I got some Christmas stitches, some new start Christmas stitches I haven't shown.
So, thank you.
And a birthday start. I have a birthday start too. All right. So what you got? You go first.
I got some Christmas ornaments that I want to get done. I started on the Blue Jay. Started him for that summer camp, the cross-stitch summer camp thing.
Did you finish it?
I consider it finished. There's lots of little greenery that goes around him, which I call it junk.
It's just foo-foo.
Yeah, and it's hard to stitch. But I personally, and I have no idea it's a blue. It's an 18 count. I think it's 18 count. No, it's 14 count.
Well, I don't know if this is 28 or 32.
But I don't know what kind of blue it is. I didn't write it down because this is before Flosstube, where I didn't keep track of all that stuff.
Oh, well, I have a mystery
It's got
piece.
Did I show the 3 birds?
Oh, there they are.
There are 3 birds that I want to get done.
Christmas bird trio. Who made that?
Luminous Fiber Arts.
Oh, I should have known.
So, that's 3 ornaments I would like to get done since I got it started on the Blue Jay. I want to get the other 2 birds so I can have them as ornaments.
Well,
I like birds.
Going off of that, I have a couple of Christmas things I want to do. Well, for Christmas in July, I want to stitch on Peace on Earth, and it's by Kay's Frames and Design. And it's an older pattern because it's hand drawn. It's not done on computer. Obviously, that's what hand drawn means. And then Silent Night. Now, I haven't picked the threads for these yet. Obviously, with the Silent Night, it's a one color. And I may just, I'll do a floss toss and see what she recommends. But I found this random piece, and it looks like it's a 32 count. I can't tell you what the color is. It's kind of a gray blue, but it's very light. It's just not white. Maybe I should just call it a non-white fabric. But I think I can get both of them on that. I found that in my stash, and it's in a nice little Christmas tree bag. Christmas tree Ziploc bag. So I'll probably use the call for DMCs unless I find it prettier. I have a few specialty threads in my stash. Although I like the DMC variegated ones. Those first few, like the 115 was that red, burgundy, garnet variegated, and some other things. I don't know. Okay.
This was originally slated to be one of my 6x60s. And when I bought this pattern, I don't have the...
You on the cover page?
There it is. Yeah, this is better.
Oh, hey, Jack.
It's from Laser Arts. No. Yeah, Laser Arts. I didn't read that it's 180 by 270 stitches. It's a gorgeous peacock. Now, they want you to do white background, stitch white background, which would require, as I said in the pattern, 27 skeins. No.
Oh, yeah, no, that's... No. Just use white fabric.
I'm just going to do the peacock. Okay? So, but the peacock, even without doing the skeins, is just me pages. It's going to be the biggest pattern I've ever done. A BAP, I guess. But I'm not going to start this until I finish my other peacock. Because I really need to just do one peacock at a time.
I understand that.
Now, I got this one before the other peacock. And I already planned to do this on yellow. I got this from 123 Stitch, and it's just called Moon Glow. And it is 16 count.
Somebody already gridded it.
And my friend Candy, who loves to do this, she loves to take sulky threads and grid for me.
Oh, okay.
Thank God she did, because look how big this is. Can we back it up to see?
Mm-hmm. There we go.
Hi, yeah.
It's supposed to be a fat half.
Gonna be a long one. And the threads are pretty on this yellow.
Mm-hmm.
I got the threads to hang over this side. I don't know why I'm hanging on the back. And it's about the same colors that I'm using on the other peacock.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the same colors. Not as bright as yellow. So maybe the turquoise will show more on this one, because the turquoise kind of fades on the other one because of the bright yellow. Mm-hmm. So it really makes the blue look good, but the turquoise fades out. But this one, turquoise will show up better, I think. Mm-hmm. So anyway, I have to finish the other peacock before I can start this peacock. It will be my BAP. Biggest project ever.
Big, awesome project.
Yep. There should be a BPE, biggest project ever.
Oh, I did a long stitch tiger, which was my biggest project. I have some more Christmas stitching that I want to do. I've had, well, you know, Brenda and Laura. Brenda and the Serial Starter by all the Blackbirds. But I bought the Home for the Holidays book, and it's a bunch of loose feathers, patterns together. And I want to do this. There are 5 stockings in here. And I want to do, oops, you can't see. Oops, Sally. There we go. There's that one. There's 4 others. I won't show you all of them, but I want to do it in Schoolhouse Red, because I have enough skeins of that I just need to use up. And it's one that's not highly variegated, so I don't stitch each individual one. And then, of course, my favorite fabric to stitch on, Vintage Country Mocha. I know it's a printed fabric, but I like it. And I picked up I think it's a 32 count Lugana. That's usually what 32, 28. Yes, it's a 32 count Lugana. And I stitched
What's that about?
Something on it. So I got a piece out of it, but it'll be fine. I stitched an ornament. Oh yeah, I stitched an ornament on it for a couple that I dog sit for. And then what you got? What's next, Angie?
I have one more. I'm going to do it in a bunch, because I finished 5 of the months, and you know, you saw July and January started. So I have some to finish, and I've already kitted them up. I've got February, as you can already see. There's the threads in there as well. I like the fact that February has some turquoise in it. You can't get it out. I'm not going to bother either. I don't know why I put the threads in front of the pattern. And I have March, like the colors again. And I got all the fabric.
They didn't see that. It was out of frame.
All of the fabric. This is like a whole, and they're already cut and hemmed. Not really served.
Not really hemmed either.
December, which is probably the one I'm going to try to finish for the fair, because it'll look good on that red barn. And I'll put it in the state fair this time. It went to local fair last time.
Oh, okay.
And got a blue ribbon. September was what I had on that one.
Ah.
And I got November to finish. And I have October. October also might be a choice for the barn, because I think that'll look good on there.
Yeah.
The barn for the fair. So either one. We'll see whichever looks best. And whichever's finished. So that's it. That's it for me. That's all my projects.
Well, I have two things though I also want to share with because we talked. Angie said, "Well, are you going to do a birthday start?" And I was like, "Well, I wanted to do this one last year as a birthday start, and I didn't. But I won the August Peridot Fairy from Lynn, the Lancashire Stitcher, and then I ordered the bead kit from Carla at Cobweb Corner, and it's got a treasure in there too. So it's the bead kit, and then the fabric I'm using it's the called for, so it's definitely stiff. It's a 32 count milk chocolate linen. There we go. Yeah, it's it'll stand up by itself. Yes, but the colors in it are beautiful. I've got all the DMCs, and it does not use any overdyes. No Karen water lilies, no Karen watercolors, but look at those colors.
No chronic?
No, just the beads and the treasures. But oh my gosh, look at that. That is going to be so pretty. And I don't mind.
It's got purples in it,
yeah,
too.
well, yes. August peridot. It's got purples and greens. And it's got that peridot green in it. And then, well, something similar. And then the purples. Because I love yeah, there we go. There's the peridot green.
Okay.
Right there. And then there's the amethyst purple. Or that one. Favorite combo. So that's going to be an August start. Like I said, I wanted to start this past August, and then I got carried away with doing other stuff. So, and my birthday is the 23rd of August. That's why Angie's is the 18th, and so that's why how we came up with our name, our Flosstube name. And then the other thing, Angie also mentioned, she said, well, hey, what about some Mill Hills? And I said, you know, I had some Mill Hills last year, or earlier this year. I can't remember. I did a stitch... ordered a 1 through 3 stitch, and so I have all 3 of the Advent stitchings here, the ornaments, and I'm going to start with the nativity right here, probably. And you know, these are Mill Hill kits, so everything's in there. It's perforated paper, beads, needles, everything you need.
The only thing they need to do is sort the threads for us.
Yeah, well, if they're
That's the
not
worst thing
too
about them.
similar, then I'll be okay, but I've got good lighting.
I have a bunch of Mill Hills, but I didn't bring them to show because we'd be here forever.
Well, I just showed those. Hopefully I can start those, you know, Mill Hill Mondays what we're planning. But January 1st, we're doing fish and ships. So,
yes. And we'll have Mill Hill Monday. We talked about, I'm going Sabbath stitching.
I did Sunday stitch, yeah.
Sunday stitch.
Sunday stitch is what I called it.
And then different holidays, like I have 4th of July, I've got a bunch of patriotic patterns I like to do. But I'm not going to unless I have some finishes to let me start new patterns. That's just the way I'm going to work because 18 is too much. 17 is too much. So.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that
concludes.
wraps it up. I'm wearing my Christmas shirt that says Merry Grinchmas from South Carolina.
And I'm wearing my elf shirt, so hang on a second.
And of course our headbands.
Yes, our festive headbands from, you know, the $1.25 tree. And as soon as I can pull my little lever out, now I won't have this on long because it's annoying. Kind of like elf. But what's interesting is the t-shirt I have on says, I like cats best of all. Isn't that kind of sort of a quote from Elf? I can't find it. Let's see what I can do here. See if there we go. Oh yes. Here we go.
Sally's lights up and everything.
Yes, it does. It's called Walmart Special.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Well, we hope that you're having a good holiday season. We hope that you remember that the reason for Christmas is the birth of our Lord Jesus Christ in a stable that everyone romanticizes. But it was a very humble beginning because he was laid in a manger, but the manger was animals' manger. And he was in a dirty old barn.
Their food trough.
You know, everyone wants to put the halos on and make everything wonderful and shiny and new, but that's not the way he was born.
Very humble.
This is his birthday, and we hope that you're remembering that most of all, that this is his birthday, that you believe in the Lord Jesus Christ, not so much in Santa. This is my personal opinion. And we hope you're staying warm for those of you experiencing this wonderful cold weather. I'm being facetious. And we hope that you will come back in January to see us once again. We enjoy doing this and look forward to doing Floss Tube number 10, starting the new year with you.
Exactly.
So with that said, I believe that's all, folk.
Bye and Merry Christmas.